Greetings of the day. In the earlier video lecture of business finance, we have started unit number 1 with the definition of financial market, with its significance, what are the various objectives of financial markets in India, and lastly, we have concluded the first video lecture on about the functions of the financial markets. In this particular video lecture, we will look after the classification or the types of financial markets. So let's start with the thing. So a financial market can be classified or it can be divided into 5 main types. It can be based on maturity claim, based on nature of claim, based on timing of delivery, based on organizational structure, and lastly based on unorganized market. These are the 5 broad classification in which financial markets can be divided, and these each classification has subdivision of the market also. Now we will start with the first classification, that is based on maturity of claim. So on the basis of maturity of the claim, the financial market can be divided into 2 broad classification, that is capital market as well as the money market. So we will start with the capital market. The capital market is the market where medium term and long term financial assets are traded. It generally deals with the financial assets which has maturity over and above 1 year, that is long term maturity. Usually long term maturity financial assets are being traded in the capital market. It is further subdivided into 2 types. First one is the primary market and second one is the secondary market. A primary market is a market where a company is listed on the exchange for the first time for the issue of securities to the public, or else it can also be a listed company which is bringing a fresh issue for the public. So either of the way, the market would be primary market if the company is newly listed on the exchange for getting for borrowing capital from the public or from issuing securities to the what we can say public. So it can be through primary market, or it can also be possible that the company is already listed on the exchange but it is again making a fresh issue for which they would reach to primary market. That is the first subtype. Second subtype is the secondary market. It is also known as stock exchange. Secondary market is an organized marketplace where already issued securities from the primary market are traded between investors. The security which are freshly issued in the primary market, once later they are being traded in the security market by various investors. Investors can be anyone, it can be individuals, it can be other companies, stock brokers, mutual fund agencies, merchant bankers. Even though financial institution can also be investor for a point of time in secondary market. So whatever the securities which are being traded in any of the stock exchange is usually it is an secondary market where these securities are traded. For the purpose of primary market, we usually have listened this word of IPO, that is initial public offering, which has been made in the primary market, whereas after an IPO that particular financial asset, that is share, is usually traded in the secondary market. This is for the capital market. Now moving to the money market. What we have seen, the definition of the capital market is it is a market where usually long term financial assets are traded. Exactly opposite to this is the money market. Money market is the market where short term financial instruments are traded with a maturity up to 1 year. So what can be the monetary instrument or financial instrument which are traded in the money market? Please note it down. It can be a commercial paper, treasury bills, bills of exchange, certificates of deposit, etc. All these kind of assets has usually a maturity less than 1 year, and hence these all are particularly traded in the money market only. But we have to keep one thing in mind, These financial instrument doesn't have the physical this financial instrument can only trade in this particular market. They cannot trade in any of other market. So capital market, long term financial assets; money market, short term financial assets. Capital market, again two types: primary or secondary. Primary, first time issue of shares or fresh issue of shares. Secondary, uh, after issuing of fresh shares, they are being traded particularly in secondary market, that is on stock exchange. Now moving to the second type, that is classification based on nature of the claim. The very first classification is the debt market. As the name suggests, it is usually market where fixed interest bearing financial assets are bought and sold or traded. So what can be the fixed interest bearing financial assets or products? We have discussed in the previous semester in unit number 1. That can be debentures, bonds, usually are traded in the debt market. Second type is the equity market. So with regard to equity market, it is a market where investor invest their money in the equity shares of the company. So what is an equity share? We have discussed in earlier. They are the real owners of the company. The capital of the company is usually divided into small number of units, that is known as equity capital. So that is what is the equity market, is the place where what we can say, these shares are being traded particularly in this market. Then the third type is the derivatives market. uh, Particularly derivative market involves contracted market price of specific assets. It includes future option swaps. Because of the high speculation and what we can say, derivative markets are usually considered ideal investment option for advanced and experienced investor. Usually a layman investor or a less experienced investor should not go for the derivatives market, because derivative markets has everything in it. It can have stocks, bonds, commodities, various things are included in derivatives market, and hence expected in experienced investor are expected to go into the derivatives market. Here only derivative assets are being traded. And what is an derivative asset? It is an asset which of which underlying value is determined from the value of other asset, that is an derivative asset. Lastly is the commodity market. Commodity market is the market of the organized trading of various commodities. uh, Usually the in commodity market, physical delivery of the commodities are not made. They are just been brought and sold in the terms of quantity, and proportionately loss or gain is just recorded on the what we can say paper. Usually there is less or negligible physical exchange of the or physical delivery of the commodity. That is what is the commodity market. Various pulses are being traded here in the commodity market. It can include, even though gold and bullion are also part of the gold, silver, that is bullions are also part of the commodity market. Now moving to the third classification, that is classification on the based on the timing of delivery. So it can be subdivided into two types. First one is the cash market. Cash market is the market where buyers and sellers account are settled in the real time, immediate account is been settled by making a transaction. That is what is the cash market. But when we speak of the second type of the time based on the timing of delivery, that is the future market. It involves buyers and sellers trading commodity futures in future exchange. Commodity future is simply purchase or sale of a particular commodity at an future date. The agreement usually specifies the amount of commodity and the price at the time of the agreement, which but usually here also actual delivery of the commodity is not taken at the time of entering into the agreement. But again, as the market deals in the future, and we all know that future is very uncertain, we cannot predict future, and we cannot be very specific with regard to the future. Hence it is usually inadvisable for the new or inexperienced investors to enter into the future market, because it is highly volatile or there is high risk and complexity for entering into the future market. This was for the future market. Now we will move to the fourth type, that is classification based on organizational structure. First one is the exchange traded market. It is the financial market which is centralized organization with the standard procedure. There are usual standard procedure followed in this market. It can be any stock exchange where we are being trading with the various financial assets which are available there. That can be termed as an exchange traded market. Second one is the over the counter market. Usually it is known as OTC. It is characterized by decentralized organization having customized procedure. The procedure with regard to the exchange traded market, we have said that there are standardized procedure, fixed procedure which usually the exchange or the investor has to follow. But on the contrary, OTC market doesn't have this kind of standardized procedure. It has very customized procedure adjust according to the market or the investors. Last one is the foreign counter market. Third type of the organizational structure is the foreign counter or foreign exchange market. It can also be known as foreign exchange market. This market involves the exchange of currency between different countries. Usually what we see that there is. So we were on the third type, that is foreign exchange market. Here usually what we can see, there is an exchange of the various currencies between different countries. We have normally heard in the news that foreign exchange of particular countries high, low. That is what is the market where these currencies are being traded or exchanged. Usually individual exchange market set the exchange rate for specific currency, but it involves other factors also related to the economy. Now we will moving to the last categorization or last classification. This is classification based on unorganized market. In it only there is one type, that is money lender and indigenous bankers. So when we speak of money lender, we all came with the picture of the money lender which we have heard or seen in the past. So money lenders are the person who usually, or indigenous banks are the person or the institution who usually lends money to the public. Usually what we can see that money lenders doesn't come under the proper supervision or control of any of the particular authorities, though we are seeing that various rules and regulations with regard to the money lenders are being issued by the government, particularly time to time, so that there would be more what we can say standardized procedure and rules to be, principles to be followed by them. But still there is no supervision of any specific apex authority or institute towards the money lender. Hence they are not subject to usually following strict rules and regulations. Similarly, there are many private finance companies and cheat funds who are also there for the purpose of financing to the public or lending money to the public. Again, the thing is that they are not under proper control or purview of the RBI or any other government agencies. Hence, they again fall under the category of unorganized financial market. We usually heard the what we can say scam related to the any cheat fund company. We have heard various cheat fund scams, particularly in our city also, or in other states, or our state, or in our country also. So usually this happens because there is no proper controlling authority of the these companies. Similarly, and this is it for this lecture. In the very next lecture we will see about the money market in India. We will start with the money market. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.